is a joke, okay? It is nothing else. I don't want nobody taking none of this stuff too serious.
I don't want nobody coming up to me after the show saying, who's the funny one now? Yeah. That tape. So that was when, the thing I needed was a tape. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I needed the tape was so that I could send it to the other comedy clubs so that they can have an example of me, my talent, and then dictate or judge if I can get a live audition in person.
And how old are you at that point?
Oh my God, right there, I'm like 18, 19.
That's crazy.
18, 19 years old.
Because that clip is so funny. I watched it this morning and I was dying.
If you could understand the feeling of getting off that stage, having a good set, and then them putting the tape in my hand, it was gold. I got it. I got a good tape. I got to go make copies of my tape, and I just got to send them to everybody. I just used to, because it was value. It was value. Started getting in comedy clubs, started getting auditions, started getting more. Oh my God, Kevin's up for an audition, movie audition, casting directors, they all got that tape. Everybody got that tape.
From that period onwards, from 18 to, let's say, to your early 20s, you were at this point a very motivated individual. You're working hard. You're focused.
Very.
And what was when you speak to your mum and your dad at this point about comedy, do they think that's a serious career?
My dad, not as much, because I didn't really talk to my dad through these years. That's when my dad was kind of dealing with his world of issues. My mom, we had an agreement. I had a certain amount of time to make comedy make sense and figure out a way to support myself. If I didn't do it, then I had to go with my mom's idea, which was education and getting a job while getting my education. My plan didn't involve college. I'm out. I'm done. No more community. This is what I want to do. I got it. I've never been more excited about my future. This is it for me. How you gonna make your money, Kevin? I'm gonna figure it out. How you gonna figure it out? I'm gonna figure it out though. I'm just gonna go down to the comedy clubs, and I've been winning the amateur nights. I think the amateur nights can help me pay for my rent because I was winning the amateur nights. I won a bunch of them in a row. In my mind, it wasn't hard. It wasn't gonna be hard because there was no other option. All my eggs were in this basket, and I was very happy with that choice. I put every last egg in this thing. Nothing else matters but this. I promise you, I will figure it out.
Can you draw me a picture? If your career was a graph, okay, so I'm going to say here is 18 years old and you're 46 now. So you're 46 now. This is the axis of this graph. And on this axis, we have, let's say, success. And on this axis, we have age. Can you draw me a line that shows how it went?
Success and age. Okay, so success for me, knowing what I want to do in life comes here.
Yeah.
All right. Now figuring out how to get to like money, revenue, just supporting yourself through telling a joke. Man, let's go here for a second. We flatlining. Okay, like I'm making people laugh. I'm getting in some comedy clubs, but you only get paid with food. But then something weird happens where you start figuring out, oh wait, here's kind of where the spots come in. I can make money on the weekends and I can get $20 to $25 a spot. So rather than doing one spot, I would do, let's just say in a weekend, I got to the point where I was doing 25 to 28 sets a weekend.
Wow.
Well, I started making $500 a week, $400 a week.
How many years in is this that you started making $500 a week?
18, let's say 22.
Yeah.
So I was driving from Philadelphia to New York every day. But because of that, now you got to get into a comedy festival. All right, so now let's start to go here because we did these spots for a while. But then I got on a comedy festival. Oh shit. I got on a comedy festival. That's when the industry saw me. Who's this new guy? Who's this guy with all this energy? Who's this fucking guy? This guy here, he's got something. All right, so I started meetings, general meetings, and now I get a holding deal. So let's go up a little bit. I think it was ABC. They gave me like 250 grand. So they're holding you in hopes that they get something. Nothing happened. So we're flatlining here. Now I'm just waiting for the phone to ring. That's how this works. What if I want to create my own thing? Create a show. Oh my God. Show gets picked up. I create something else. They decide to do it. Oh shit, there's a pattern. I can do that as much as I want. I can treat that just how I was treating the spots and stuff in New York. I'm out. I'm moving to LA. No plan, no nothing. Flatline. I'm here. I just did it. I just came and moved out. Fuck, man, this is weird. I don't like this. Work. I'm not getting no work, man. This shit is real stagnant. I'm going on the road. I want to work the road. I'm going to be a headliner. I'm going to do colleges. So I'm going to get college money and comedy club money, and I'm going to do it. I worked that for a very long time, right? Very, very long time, to the point where now I'm selling out comedy clubs. After I started selling out comedy clubs, my person at the time was like, yo, we can probably do theaters. You're adding a lot of shows.
Are you a millionaire at this point?
No. I'm just an active comic. The next stage of success, right, was let's go from comedy clubs to theaters. All right? Boom. Let's go here, then let's go up again. Theaters start selling out real quick. Oh, fuck. Let's go from theaters, right, to like arenas. Oh, shit. Will Packer, he was like, I got this book that I want to make a movie. It's called Think Like a Man. Steve Harvey wrote it. I think you're funny as hell. I've been tracking you on tour. I want you to be the star. We film it. Think Like a Man comes out. Think Like a Man did 90-something million dollars in the box office. And Will says, hey man, working with you is great. Let's do something else. I got this movie called Ride Along. You and Ice Cube would be great. Boom. Ride Along does 140. Like the movies just started to pow, 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 pow. Get Hard, Central Intelligence, Me and the Rock. I mean, it just happened so fast. So now, because the movies are working, I'm like, this is so cool. But while this is happening, I should figure out like how to kind of create my own source of like opportunity. Like people keep bringing opportunities to me. How do I create my own source of opportunity? I'm going to start a production company. I need to start developing. But now I'm like, I created that. Let's create something else. So then I say, let's go like Hartbeat Ventures and let's do a VC. Oh man, I'm creating a bunch of stuff. Hey, these entities around me, it's all happening because my likeness allows me to get in these rooms and start relationships and put myself in a position to make deals and create long-term revenue. How do I get more of that? Wow. Like NASCAR, people attach themselves to the car that they think is doing the best. I'm a car. I should have brand partnerships. Chase, DraftKings, Fabletics. I should have my own brands and businesses that I'm building where more opportunity for long-term revenue can present itself. Gran Cormino, wine, spirits. Now, oh wow, I've grabbed this concept of business control ownership and mirrored it with Kevin's drive and entertainment and visibility. Leverage that to get me into the rooms where I may not be as visible or as strong, but once I'm embedded into these environments, I can bring them value. I can help amplify or uplift their brands, their products. So my case study of Fabletics, of DraftKings before I got there versus after I got there, Chase, financial literacy, like C4, like these are things where I'm now, well, I'm not just a partner, I'm an owner, I'm an endorser, I'm an ambassador. Oh wow, this is where the real money is made. The ecosystem of life. How do you put yourself in a position to be a part of everyday movement in life? You're looking at things on a much granular scale. And now I go way back here to when I was like not really focusing, not thinking about life, not thinking about how things connect, I'm now able to tap into the lessons that my mom gave. And I'm like, all good things that happen when they're supposed to, but now I'm poised and polished enough with a mindset that understands, well, I don't want to start something that I'm not going to finish. So if I'm going to put myself in position to do these things, how do I make sure that my partners know I'm willing to give my all? How do I show that I'm not going to quit? Which back here, my mom's biggest lesson was you're not quitting. If you start it, you're going to finish it. So how do I make my partners that I'm now saying you should work with me? How do I make Netflix secure in knowing that when you get me, you get 100% of me, and that I'm never going to quit. I'm going to finish it all. How do I make my other studio affiliates understand and working with Hartbeat, it is in my best interest to bring you great product, great material, so that you understand what we do so that we can continue to drive a business that has the best interest for both of us. How do I sell you on that? So now my business of sell mirrors and matches my business of grow. Nothing that I'm doing doesn't go hand in hand. And I should be able to embed the products or the partnerships that I'm now operationally attached to into the ecosystem of entertainment. So if I have a C4 can and I'm doing an activation and health and wellness, well, C4 is my partner. I should integrate you in this opportunity. Hey, my movie, we have an opportunity to basically wear product. I should be in Fabletics in this scene because this makes my partner feel valued and positioned. Oh, wow, this is what I do. I elevate. I basically navigate my space of ownership in a way like only I can to elevate my partners so that my partners go and say, you're different, this is different, and this is what we need more of. That's my graph.
I've got some questions about the graph. So I guess the parts that I'm curious about are this initial period when you're 18 where nothing's really happening.
Nothing.
Because so many of my listeners, probably most of them, are in some pursuit or sort of professional endeavor in their life in this kind of stagnant moment where maybe they enjoy it, but it ain't paying the bills.
Yeah.
No one believes in them. Yeah. Maybe some of their friends are rolling their eyes when they tell them what they're doing.
Yeah.
When you look back on this season of life, what is that season and how'd you get through it?
Nobody believed that I was funny when I said I was going to be a comedian. They were like, you funny, but not comedian funny. My friends were, yeah, what do you mean you're going to get on stage? What do you mean I'm going to get on stage? I'm going to be a comedian. Yeah, but how? Eddie Murphy, I'm going to be a comedian. Yeah, but you're never going to be Eddie Murphy. Yeah, I know, but I'm saying I'm going to do it. I'm going to be a star. No. I don't know, man. I don't know about the whole star thing. I think you're tripping. I don't think that's it. Nobody has the confidence in the decisions that you're making for yourself like you do. So if you're waiting for that to connect in the beginning stages, it may or may not. If it doesn't, it shouldn't prevent you from following through on whatever the line of go is for you. The money is never coming fast. We're in a time today where this generation has found ways to make money in an entrepreneurial manner that we've never seen before. The social media machine and how this generation navigates that machine to find revenue and to own is unbelievable. That didn't exist. We didn't have that. In my time, we didn't have that. We just had the struggle. And the struggle left you with days of literally sitting in the living room going, what the fuck, man?
So why didn't you quit? Because no money, everyone's doubting it. What were you believing in?
I was believing in the idea that I finally found the thing that I want to do.
So it was passion that was really you were anchored to.
I found the thing that I want to do. And I'm not going to quit it because I love it this much. And I strongly believe that the sun is at the end of this dark tunnel. But I got to be willing to get there. And I just don't know how to get there yet, but I'm gonna figure it out. That's why I'm going to LA. I was in New York, but after New York, they say go to LA. I'm gone. What you gonna do when you get there? I'll figure it out. I can always get on the plane and fly where I gotta go for stand-up if that's the case. I can always go and make money doing stand-up if I have to, but I'm not gonna get to the star by just doing that. I gotta go there. I gotta get close to it. I gotta smell it. I gotta feel it. I gotta find out where the people are that are trying to do it too. I gotta get acting classes. I gotta get around the Hollywood. Like, what is Hollywood? I gotta get there. And what happens when you're there, it fuels another appetite of hunger. Because I'm there and in real time, I'm seeing people better. I remember, I tell this Katt Williams story, and I don't even think I told Katt this. There was a moment where I was opening for Katt Williams, and I remember being at the BET Comedy Awards, and I'm in attendance, and this is like, I'd had a couple of shots at some things, but they just, the things weren't sticking. Like the pilots that I thought were going to hit weren't going to hit. The things that I thought were going to happen, they just weren't. It just didn't seem like it was adding up, right? Like the roles are little small roles or little small cameos, but like it wasn't the thing. And I remember Katt Williams' set during the BET Comedy Awards. He had like a leopard suit. Destroyed the Comedy Awards, destroyed this moment. And audience goes crazy, stands up. I remember being in the audience and I was like, that's it. I say, like, that's the thing. That thing, that reaction, that roar, that moment, I gotta be patient because my moment is going to come. I witnessed his moment. And after that moment, it was Friday After Next, he went on and started to do crazy things in his career, right? But I witnessed the moment. And in that moment, my takeaway was that he was ready for the moment. His material, the jokes, everything, it all hit. And I didn't watch it in a manner of like, jealous or angry. I was like, that's it. Like, he's probably out of here after this. I mean, it's the BET Comedy Awards at the time. I'm like, this is the biggest thing ever, right? This is the Comedy Awards. By the way, they never did the Comedy Awards again. I think this was like the last one that they did. But that moment, if the ball is dropped in that moment, then the moment goes. You don't know when the moment is presenting itself. But I'm staying with the thing because I know that the moment is going to come. And when I'm in the moment, if I knock that fucking moment out the park, all things will change. But you may not know it. You may not know when the moment comes.
When did your moment come?
Shaq's All-Star Comedy Jam. The reason why I equated with the story with Katt. I believe it was Tommy Davidson. It was D-Ray. Cedric the Entertainer was the host. I headlined it. I end up having one of the best sets that I've ever had. And at the end of the Shaq's All-Star Comedy Jam, I say goodnight and they do like a slow motion walk-off. It's a slow motion thing, and it's like I'm walking, the crowd stands up, and they're going crazy. By the way, I don't know the slow motion walk-off is going to happen in the edit of the special, but I remember in real time, crowds standing up, stars were there. Everybody was there, right? And in that moment, show you how fucking crazy the world is. This is why I hate that, like, me and Katt went through our stuff and we're much better now. I'm going to show you how the world aligns. Katt was in the audience at the Shaq's All-Star Comedy Jam, and Katt was watching the show. He was just there as a fan. But at this time, everything big is happening. And I had a moment. And that was the moment that then took me and shot me out the cannon. And if I wasn't prepared for the moment, then I wouldn't have known all the things to come. Okay, but that then set up, I was releasing my special Seriously Funny, I was taping in 2 weeks. So Shaq's All-Star Comedy Jam goes, they rush to put it out, it crushes. I then tape my comedy special. Seriously Funny was my next special. Seriously Funny destroys, but it only destroyed because of Shaq's All-Star Comedy Jam and the audience that watched that. And I was like, oh my God, this guy showed up in droves for Seriously Funny. And then Seriously Funny was like, oh shit, this big ass special. And then the arenas and everything, boom, 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 boom.
So about 12, 13 years from the moment you did your first sort of stand-up event, you having your moment. And I find that fascinating because those 13 years, most people aren't willing to do something for 13 years without their moment showing up. Like when you hear like, I don't know, shit on Instagram or quotes or you watch motivational videos and stuff, if they told you that it would take 13 years for you to have your moment, almost nobody would take part.
Nobody, no.
But those 13 years of your training.
I mean, so Scooter Braun told me one time, he was like, what makes him different is the work that he's willing to do in something. And he was like, you know, if they were giving out like $1 million for somebody that can hit a fastball pitch, you know, from the best pitcher in baseball, right? And this thing would basically require everybody's going to go and try to hit this because everybody wants the $1 million. So the first day of the announcement, the line to hit this pitch is going to be droves, right? Like probably millions of people. Who knows how many people will be in this line? And people will go up and strike out. And after that, they would go, damn, it's over. Like, I missed. Not many people would like miss and then go stand back in line.